Good day, dear students. Let us start learning blockchain technology. So, we will stick up to the textbook which has been given in the prescribed by the university, that is Mastering Blockchain by Imran Bashir. So, the first question is, why should we learn the blockchain? Why should we learn the blockchain technology? So, first of all, this has got excellent career opportunities and it has a great demand in the market, and it has a new age technology integrations. That means various technologies are integrated in this blockchain technology. So we'll have so many cybersecurity methods. We'll have this cryptocurrencies and ICOs concept, that is ICO, initial coin offering, and there is a great transparency and improved governance. So there is also crowdsourced energy. So this was why we should learn this blockchain technology. So anyhow, we have to follow the syllabus. Each and every point what they have given in the module 1, module 2, one by one we will cover. So you can see a lot of videos there in the YouTube. You can search. So many people, they have very well explained in an animated manner. So what is a blockchain, why it is being used, so many things they have discussed. Short videos are there in English and in Hindi also, in different languages also. The overall idea of blockchain you can get, but we will stick up to our syllabus point of view. So what actually the blockchain is, why for this technology has been developed. As we all know that the technology is developing. So when this technology is developing, we are seeing that there is a cashless transaction. Means there is no money. Means there are no dollars, there are no rupees, there are no ringgits. So whatever transaction is happening, it is happening through means cashless. There is no cash. So when this new idea has come in the market, so there are so many hurdles also. There are so many threats also. There are threats like hacking problem. There are threats like there is a commission from intermediate agencies, and there is a single authorization, means there is only one single person who is going to authorize. So during this cashless transaction, we are facing a lot of problems. To solve all these problems, a new concept has been developed, that is the blockchain. So that is the very preliminary thing why we should learn blockchain. So we will go in depth what blockchain is, what are the basic block diagram of explaining what the blockchain and how the technology works. So what is the need of the blockchain technology? As I told you that we are going for cashless transaction, as there are so many hurdles during this cashless transaction. We are switching over the blockchain technology, which is going to solve so many issues that are incurred during this cashless transaction. So let us come very basic thing about what the blockchain technology is. The blockchain technology, it promises, means it guarantees, it assures to facilitate fast, secure, low-cost international payment processing services. So no doubt it can be national or international, and other transactions through the use of encrypted distributed ledgers that provide trusted real-time verification of transaction without the need of intermediaries such as correspondent banks and clearing. So let me repeat you. Blockchain technology, it promises to facilitate fast, secure, low-cost international payment processing services through the use of encrypted distributed ledgers that provide trusted real-time verification of transactions without the need for intermediaries such as correspondent banks and clearing. So the word this distributed ledgers will come in the we will discuss in the next later classes. The ledgers, as we all know, the bank has the ledger, means which keeps all the records. There is a big book or register. So when we apply to this blockchain technology, obviously it will be something like software database. So this is the architecture of blockchain. As you can see, there are various blocks: block 1, block 2, block 3, and there may be n number of blocks, and each block is connected to one another. Genesis is also there, shown in the first block. We will discuss in the later classes. So this is the basic architecture of the blockchain. A blockchain is a chain of blocks which contains the information. The data which is stored inside a block depends upon type of blockchain. Means the data which is stored inside the block. Every block has data, and it depends upon what type of blockchain it is. So various definitions of blockchain are there in the given in the books. Blockchain can be defined as chain of blocks that contains information. The technique is intended to timestamp digital documents so that it is not possible to backdate them or tamper them. The purpose of blockchain is to solve the double records problem without the need of a central server. Let me repeat. Blockchain can be defined as a chain of blocks that contains the information. Means each block is containing the information. The technique is intended. What is the purpose? To timestamp. Means for every transaction there is a timestamp. That is, we are timestamping the digital documents so that it is not possible to backdate them. Means there are no chances that the data from block 3 or block 2 or block 1 and any block we can tamper them. So the purpose of blockchain is to solve the double record problem. Means whatever data is present in one block, the same data has to be present in the another block. If we want to tamper or change the data in one block, we need to change all the blocks. That is next to impossible. So one more thing, as you people are learning this blockchain technology, let me tell you, the mechanism of blockchain is extremely complex. See, you should not get this thing. It is a fact. Although the mechanism of blockchain are extremely complex, but the basic idea is very simple. Obviously, the basic idea is very simple. That is to decentralize the storage of data so that data cannot be owned, data cannot be controlled or manipulated by a central actor. There is no central actor, there is no central authority which is going to change the data. That is not possible. If you want to change the data, as I told you, every single block, the data has to be changed. That is next to impossible. So let us see various definitions of blockchain. So a blockchain is a computer file for storing data. So that is another definition. Anyhow, we are talking about the digital things only. So it is a blockchain is a computer file for storing the data, or put it to more technical terms, it is an open distributed database. When you talk about information, the information is stored in a very particular manner. So we call it as a database, which is having a meaningful data stored in a some particular fashion. So, but it is not a centralized, it is a distributed database. The data is distributed, means duplicated across many computers, and the whole blockchain is entirely decentralized. This means no one person or entity, even government or corporation or any bank, they have no control. They has control over the blockchain. See, no person, no single person is going to control our data, nor the government, nor the corporation, nor the RBI, no anyone. So it has nothing because the authority has been distributed, so there is no single actor. So this is a radical departure from the centralized databases that are controlled and administered by businesses and other entities. So the data is distributed across many computers. Obviously, it is an internet system. So in which there are so many computers. In that computers, our data, we call it as a block, it is being stored, and there is no single actor which is going to control over the data. So now the question is, how does it work? So let us see, as I have shown the blockchain architecture of the diagram architecture. So we are seeing that different blocks are there. So how does it work? It works in a very simple term. The file is comprised of blocks of data. Means every file we are calling it as a block of data, with each block being connected to the previous block. What does it mean? Block 2 is connected to block 1, block 3 is connected to block 2, block 4 is connected to block 3. So with each block being connected to the previous block, forming a chain. We are seeing a chain. A chain is being connected with the different blocks. Hence, we are calling it as a blockchain. So there are several number of blocks. They are connected. That's why we are calling it as a blockchain. As well as the data itself, each block also contains a record of when that block was created or edited, which means it is very useful for maintaining a detailed system of record that cannot be corrupted or lost. Are you getting? See, each block, example, block 2 is connected to block 1, block 3 is connected to block 2, block 4 is connected to block 3. So they are made in such a way that if you want to all the information regarding it has the information block. Suppose block 3 has information about itself, and it has got the information on block 2 also. If we want to alter block 3, we have to alter the block 2. If you want to alter block 4, we have to alter block 3. So each one, they are connected in such a way that no data, no record can be corrupted or lost. It is next to impossible. If you want to change one data from one block, we have to see that the other block, preceding block, it should be changed. If it is changed, the block which is preceding to that, it has to be changed. So if you want to change the data in one block, we have to change the data in all the blocks, which is next to impossible. So blockchain and distributed system. So the basic roots, the roots of blockchain are in distributed system. I hope you know what is distributed system. So if we get the concept of what is distributed system, it very well we can understand the blockchain, because the whole technology of blockchain, it is dependent on distributed system. So regarding the distributed system, we will continue in the next class. Thank you.